Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to take you through part 2 of my COVID vaccine side effects. So, before I get into any more details, time for the intro. Back in May, I had my first dose of the COVID vaccine. I actually had Moderna, and since I am in Canada, we did a little bit delayed on our second doses, so mine ended up being, I think, about 5 or 6 weeks rather than the 4 weeks. So I didn't have quite as much of a delay as what some people had, but it was still a little bit more delayed than what it could have been. Just like the last time, I wasn't able to film actually getting the vaccine, but I do have a picture that I will share right here from in my waiting period that I took after getting the vaccine. So my second vaccine actually ended up being quite similar to my first in terms of side effects. I had a lot of the similar side effects as you will see in this video. The one difference is that I actually caught myself having a fever this time, and I had a fever most of the day, the second, I guess it would be considered the first full day after actually getting the vaccine. Unfortunately, that first full day after getting the vaccine, I didn't actually vlog much that day because I was feeling absolutely horrible. So there isn't much actual updates. I basically just talk about that particular day because I was not feeling very well at all. Let's just get right into it. I got my vaccine at around 11ish and I'm actually feeling just fine. I finished up everything that I have to do for today and tomorrow so that I can actually take tomorrow off if I'm not feeling well. Again, this was my second dose of Moderna, and the only thing I'm really experiencing so far is a little bit of a sore arm. Now, because of what happened the last time with that COVID arm, I had to get my vaccine in my dominant arm. So far though, it's not too bad. It's just starting to get a little bit sore now. It was the following day at about 24 to 36 hours I found. I think I first started feeling some the night of, but it was more so the next day that I really had any side effects. But so far, it's not bad because I can still hold my gimbal with my dominant hand, so that's really good. I doubt I'll be able to do that tomorrow. Hey guys, so I'm actually just going down and changing into some pajamas, but I thought I would give another update, and I just started actually noticing some muscle pain. My arm is definitely really starting to hurt, but I can actually still hold my gimbal with it, so that's kind of nice. I am actually starting to feel a little bit tired, but I'm not sure if that's from the vaccine or the fact that I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. So I woke up at like I think 4:30 initially, and partly probably was awake the entire time because I was nervous about getting my shot. I knew I was going to get it today, and then partly quite excited because I'm ready to get this pandemic behind us. So could be a little bit of both of those. I was having a little bit of trouble sleeping last night though too because of the fact that I also had my period. Now, speaking of that, I'm not exactly sure how smart this was gonna be, being that I actually started my period today, so I could be feeling the worst on the worst day of my period as well. So it could be that I have my period and the most strong side effects on the same day. That's the update for now. I will probably update in a couple more hours. Hey everyone, sorry if I'm looking a little rough right now, but I'm really tired. I'm gonna be off to bed for the night. I'm not really experiencing anything different than what I was a couple of hours ago. My arm is extremely sore, but I'm not surprised about that. My first one hurt quite bad. I will see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm sorry if I look really bad. Last night was pretty rough, actually. I woke up so many times between my period and my arm. It was not very much fun. If I had to think about how I'm feeling right now, this is how I felt for several months before I was actually diagnosed with IIH. The fatigue, the muscle aches, the feeling hot and then feeling cold, almost exactly the same. In fact, I would think it was just a bad day if it wasn't for the fact that my arm, I can barely move it. I posted a post on Twitter and said that I would elaborate on this actually the day of that I'm recording this. And I just want people to understand that the reason why I put that on was so that people have a better understanding of what I've actually experienced with having IIH and migraines. The fatigue, and the muscle pain, I feel exactly the same, particularly as I felt in the couple of months before my lumbar puncture. My legs are just so sore. I'm very happy I cleared my schedule for today. I fully prepared to have a bad day today. I'm feeling pretty much the same as I did last night when I updated. But I have been feeling cold occasionally. So I don't know if that's maybe a sign I'm having fever. If I do get a chance and actually catch it this morning, I will actually be checking to see if I have a fever when I get chilled. But I honestly have my body temperature do that sometimes anyways. It did that with IIH and migraines as well. And I get feeling cold when I have either of the two. Hey everyone, so it is now night. I didn't vlog at all today because I had a terrible day. So I've had a fever since about 11 o'clock this morning. I also did have a bit of a nap this afternoon, but honestly, it's been pretty rough. The second dose has definitely been worse for me. So I'm hoping by tomorrow I feel a little bit better. I probably look absolutely horrible, but it's just because I've had a fever for so many hours. I'm trying not to take anything just to give my body the best chance of having a good immune response. But if my fever gets any higher than what it has been, I'm going to have to probably take something for it. I've noticed that my arm is starting to get a little bit more movement even now. So maybe I'm getting close to being past the side effects. I am a little bit concerned though with regards to the migraines, because sometimes when you have a rough day, it can mean that the migraines get worse. But I knew today was going to be rough. I'm glad I didn't schedule anything today. I will either see you in the outro or see you for the next segment. Hey, good morning everyone. So it's now Wednesday and I woke up feeling so much better. I pretty much have no more side effects. I have a little bit of a sore arm still, but it's actually way less than what I had on my first shot. So my first shot, I think my sore arm lasted about 3 or 4 days. Even on the 5th day, it was still a little sore. And I can't really compare the sore arms because I actually got it in my opposite arm for the second dose. So I had it in my dominant arm. But if that's what it's like getting it in my dominant arm, I may be getting vaccines in my dominant arm from now on, because it seemed to hurt and be affected way less. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but it's something I certainly seem to notice. I woke up this morning, I could tell I was feeling much better. I have no more muscle aches. I did wake up in a pile of sweat, so I did just take my temperature. I'll put up a photo too so you guys can see it, but my fever must have broke, and I'm really happy that this is not only done, but that I was able to get a vaccine for this, because I can't imagine feeling the way I did yesterday afternoon. for several days in a row. That would have been terrible. And not only that, but having all of the other symptoms that come along with it just besides the immune reaction. Now, I'm going to do a comparison to end this video. If I want to compare the two experiences, I would say the second vaccine was a little bit worse just because I had that fever. Now, if I'm talking about overall side effects, the one thing I was expecting that I didn't end up having actually was a severe headache. Now, there's a couple different reasons why I thought I was going to get a pretty severe headache. Number one, it was the second day of my period, so my bucket is already like up at the top when it comes to migraines. But number two is because a lot of people report having headaches, especially with COVID and when they actually get COVID, but also with the vaccines as well. I've heard a lot of people say that they get headaches. I had maybe a couple of times where there was a mild headache, but compared to my migraines, it's like nothing. The one issue that I did have, as I shared both times, was the issue with my calf muscles hurting. The second dose, the only thing that was really different was the fever. Now, I definitely could have had a fever that first time, but I never actually caught it. The thing is, though, is if I had a fever that first time and didn't catch it, it wasn't for very long, because I had a fever almost the entire second day. It's now Saturday now. I have no arm pain at all. I actually haven't had arm pain for a couple of days, really. Basically, if you touch my arm where I got the vaccine, there might be a little bit of pain, but even that's pretty much gone at this point. If you're enjoying my content, please feel free to subscribe. Remember that it's completely free. It just allows us to reach more people with IIH and migraines. When you're subscribing, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss any of my upcoming future content. If you enjoyed this particular video, be sure to give it a like. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, be sure to like and follow. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye, everyone.